Hey guys, according to Uche Mefo, he said, appointment of Bianca Ojukwu as Minister of State for Foreign Affairs is an insult to Ndigbo. He said as Mrs. Bianca Ojukwu and 6 others are sworn in, that they wish to state emphatically that her recent appointment as Minister of State for Foreign Affairs is nothing short of an insult to the Southeast region and especially the Igbo people. This appointment raises critical questions about the respect or lack thereof that is afforded to Ndigbo within Nigeria's political arrangement. According to the 1999 Nigerian Constitution, the person of Minister of State is not an established role. This dubious role lacks the authority and significance vested in full ministerial positions and serves only as a subordinate post, which makes this appointment a deliberate act of marginalization and a gross misrepresentation of Ndigbo's rightful place in the nation. The Nigerian Constitution is explicit on the requirements and powers associated with ministerial appointments. Section 147 establishes the office of ministers and mandates that the President must submit a list of nominees to the Senate for confirmation within 60 days of taking office. Importantly, it requires that at least one minister be appointed from each state, with the stipulation that the appointee must be a native of that state, ensuring representation across Nigeria's diverse regions. Section 66 further states that ministers must meet the same qualifications as members of the House of Representatives, emphasizing the importance of a high standard of representation and accountability for those who serve in these critical roles. Moreover, the Senate has the authority to confirm or reject presidential appointments and is required to see evidence of nominees, assets, and liabilities before approval, ensuring transparency and alignment with public trust. Notably, the Nigerian Constitution does not recognize or create any position for ministers of state, which suggests that these posts are essentially powerless roles established within a constitutional base or legislative oversight. In practice, this means that the Minister of State operates under the direct control of a substantive minister, in this case, within the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, by appointing Mrs. Ojukwu to this luxury position. President Tinubu's administration has not only undermined the authority and influence of a Southeast representative, but also disregarded the intent of the Constitution itself. This act diminished Ndigbo's representation as a mere symbolic role, devoid of substantive power or influence in a ministry as crucial as foreign affairs, where strategic decision-making is essential to shaping Nigerians' global relationships and advocating for citizens' rights abroad. The implication of such an appointment reach far beyond Mrs. Ojukwu's individual case. They highlight a pattern of marginalization and disregard for the Southeast region's rightful political influence. The Southeast has constantly advocated for equal representation in line with principles of federal character and national unity. As one of Nigeria's largest ethnic groups, Ndigbo deserve a seat at the table that is equal in power, and responsibility to those held by other regions. What is required is not an auxiliary or subordinate role, but substantive positions in government, where appointees have full authority over their domains. This marginalization is compounded by growing systematic inequalities. The Southeast demand an equal number of states, equal representation in both the House of Representatives and Senate, and the state's police to address Igbophobia, the persistent prejudice, orchestrated violence, and economic suppression faced by the Igbo people, the destruction and undervaluing of Igbo-owned properties, along with deliberate economic marginalization, represent not just neglect, but a concerted effort to economically disempower the Southeast. This economic suppression, combined with the political regulation exemplified by Mrs. Ojukwu's appointment, point to a wider agenda to stiffen the Southeast growth and influence in Nigeria. Such practice amounts to ethnic and political disenfranchisement. The systematic reduction of Ndigbo status from a majority to a minority in Nigeria is more than a slight. It is a strategy of cultural and demographic reassure that borders of ethnic cleansing, delinquent, if not addressed, will inevitably drive the Southeast to seek greater autonomy. The quest for Igbo Biafra self-determination is grounded in the right to political and economic dignity, both of which are currently under threat. In sum, the appointment of Mrs. Ojukwu as Minister of State for Foreign Affairs is a symptom of a deeper hatred. If Nigerian political leadership has unity as a central focus, then equity, respect, and substantive representation for the Southeast region must be non-negotiable. Anything short of this is not only a disservice to Ndigbo, but a violation of the Nigerian Constitution principles and a catalyst for further calls for autonomy and self-determination. Uche Mefo is the convener of the Igbo Biafra Nationalist and Indigenous People of Biafra, Nation of Self-Determination. So guys, let's hear from you. Kindly drop your comment below the comment section. Thank you and bye for now.